Pipistrelle bats are amazing for so many reasons. For a start, they're one of our smallest mammals. They weigh only as much as a 20p coin and can even fit into a matchbox. But despite being so small, they need to eat 3,000 insects every night. They use echolocation to navigate and find their food in the dark. To do so, they make noises with their mouth and nose at a very high frequency, so high that humans can't even hear it. Then when the sound waves hit an object or some food, an echo is returned and sensed by the bat. It's pretty amazing. Pipistrelle bats enter a hibernation-like state over winter to conserve energy. When they're hibernating, their body temperature drops from 35 degrees Celsius to just 5 degrees Celsius, and even more amazingly, their heart rate drops from 1,000 beats per minute to just 25 beats per minute. You can actually spot bats in most places, including in urban areas. They roost in trees, bat boxes, and sometimes in the roof of houses. To spot a bat, you need to be outside at dusk on a mild, calm evening, when you'll be able to see their silhouettes against the sky. You could potentially mistake bats for birds returning to their roosts, but bats fly very rapidly and erratically in comparison to most birds. The best areas to spot them are parks with woodland nearby, open woodlands, along hedgerows, and around gardens and houses. If you ever do see one up close, they have reddish-brown coats and blackish-brown ears, nose and wing membranes. Right, so a stat for you. Between 1978 and 1993, pipistrelle bats declined by a shocking 70%. But there's likely to be a number of different reasons for this decline. So bats rely heavily on having lots of open spaces to hunt in. They've been badly affected by lots of new developments being built really quickly. So it's fragmented their hunting space, especially as a nocturnal species, because they don't like crossing areas with certain types of lighting. They no longer have that space that they need to catch their 3,000 insects a night. The number of insects available for them to feed on has also dropped due to the increasing use of pesticides, chemicals on farms, gardens, parks. As insect numbers drop, bats find it harder and harder to hunt enough food. They've also suffered as there are fewer and fewer suitable places for them to hibernate and roost. Woodlands are being cut down and old houses with eaves and nooks are unfortunately being renovated. Bats need a joined up mosaic of habitats, and especially habitats that encourage insects for bats to eat. To help, you can grow wildflowers and wild patches in your garden, and make sure you don't use strong chemicals on any of your garden plants. You can also encourage your local council to protect wild places and ask them not to mow grass verges as regularly. This helps not only insects for bats to feed on, but bees and butterflies too. To help bats find suitable places to roost and hibernate, you can hang bat boxes on the side of your house. They are quite small and you can even make them yourself. So basically, bats need more connected wild places to help them hunt. To improve this connectivity between landscapes, Yorkshire Wildlife Trust is working with landowners, communities all across Yorkshire. We're encouraging farmers to use less pesticides, schools to leave wild areas, councils to grow wildflowers on verges and to mow their grass less. All of these things put together will increase the availability of those insects for bats to feed on. Another thing that Yorkshire Wildlife Trust is doing to increase bat habitat is working with local groups and communities to increase tree and hedge planting in places like Upper Ayr Valley. Yorkshire Wildlife Trust has over 100 nature reserves across Yorkshire. We are increasing the abundance of insects in suitable roosting spots. So on a summer's night, places like Pottrick Nature Reserve will be absolutely buzzing with the sounds of bats and moths in really cool aerial battles. There's so much we can do to help wildlife recover if we have the support to get it done.